Hi everyone and welcome to Club 5 episode 18 of Rolling in the Isles, an FM22 British Isles Journeyman series with me, the United City FM. Welcome along. So can I just apologise for a couple of days of not having a YouTube video out this week. My mornings were just a bit more busy than usual. So we're back on schedule today though. The next few days, today being Friday and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday next week will be fine. Thursday might be a bit of a problem next week as well. But overall, we're back and running, and today we're back into Rolling in the Isles with Watford. We've been through a January transfer window. I didn't do any transfer business, but we got a good game today. Let's see if we can get 3 points and move higher up the table. Let's do this. Welcome back to Watford. So yeah, we are sitting in on the 1st of February 2031. And we're doing pretty well this season, really. We were expected about a 16th place finish in the Premier League in terms of the pre-season predictions. We're currently sitting in 8th. Now, we've been a lot higher than that. About a month and a half ago, we were in about the top 4 or 5. And we've just dropped off a little bit, unfortunately. If we go into the fixture list, you'll see that whilst the most recent set of results in January, since you and I were together last for this Man City result at the back end of December, it's gone pretty well. We got a good win against Leicester. We drew against Liverpool, which was pretty spectacular. We struggled a little bit against Exeter in the cup, in the FA Cup third round. We took them to a replay, unfortunately, but then I brought my big guns out for that one and beat them comfortably in extra time. So it was a bit of a struggle, but we managed it. Derby and Brentford were the other two Premier League teams that we played in that month. And you can see that those results have been better than the month before, where we played Man City, Chelsea and the like, and Man United as well, and just struggled a little bit. So we're back on track. I think we're doing a little bit better. The next month or so of games is not too bad for us. In terms of the Premier League, we've got West Brom, Burnley, Southampton, West Ham, Wolves, then Chelsea. So it's not a bad run of fixtures to have. We've also got Brighton in the FA Cup as well, and then a Brighton match at the end of March in the Premier Division as well. So I think we're going to do okay for the rest of this season. We've still got to play Chelsea, Tottenham, Man United, Arsenal out of what you would consider the usual Big Six, but it's not actually the usual Big Six anymore, if I'm totally honest. I mean, the likes of Villa are sitting in 3rd position, Newcastle in 5th, Leeds in 6th, Chelsea are in 7th, but then outside of all of that, you've got the likes of Liverpool, Tottenham down in 13th and 14th. So there's some problems for some of the more traditional big teams in the Premier League being so far into the save. So we'll see how it all goes. But ultimately, we're doing pretty well. In 8th position, if I was to finish there this season, I would be absolutely delighted with it. Anywhere in the top 10, I'll be thrilled by. There's still a chance, though, we could challenge for one of those European spots. So today, we play West Brom, sitting down in 15th position. Let's see if we can take those 3 points. So there are a couple of reasons why I didn't do any business in the January transfer window. I mean, one is financially, the club have got some transfer budget, but the actual overall balance of the club isn't particularly good at the moment. It's in the red. So I didn't feel the need to push that any further. And I also felt that we're performing above expectation this season so far. We're sitting in 8th. We're due to finish in 16th. I think we can better that. If we could finish in the top 10, I didn't see a need to upset the squad. And I think that what will sometimes happen in Football Manager is that if you can keep a squad together for a whole season without interrupting it in January, sometimes that second half of the season, everybody just becomes more familiar with playing with each other. The relationships get better, and therefore the team improves a little bit as well. Not just by bringing better players in, but by the cohesive unit that you can create. So that's the other reason why I decided not to. And we're also in very good health at the moment in terms of being able to rotate in January a little bit here and there in some of the cup competitions and other bits and pieces. Everybody's had a bit of game time, and so everybody's fit. Nobody's injured at the moment. I'm sure today that will now change because I've mentioned it. But, you know, at the moment we're doing good. So we're able to put out our entire first 11 for the game against West Brom. So that means That for today's game, we go with Bursic in goal, Mendes at right back, a central defensive partnership of Rodrigo and Omobamidele, Lucelio in that holding midfield role with Mitchell as the left wing back. We've got Mosquera and Vieira making up the rest of the central midfield. Omar on the right, Felipe George on the left, and Scala up top with a whole bunch of people on the bench. A 9-man bench in the Premier League at this point. So I won't go through it all, but they're all ready and raring to go should we need them. So let's get into today's game and see what happens. So as we've been in good form through January, and because West Brom are below us in the league by several places, I have gone quite in their face. I've pumped the fist and I said I expect nothing but a win to keep our good run going. And I do. This is the sort of game that we need to be trying to find the 3 points in, even away from home, which we are on this particular occasion. If we're going to get into the top 10, these are the sorts of moments where we need to come and find a way to play well and take the points. So we'll see whether we can do it. But as I say, form is good, morale is good. Let's see what the opposition bring today. They're going to be tricky because every Premier League team is. But I think, we can do something. They got through. They had a chance at goal 7 minutes in. And for whatever reason, Bursic managed to stop that from going in. Stuck a leg out. Now, whether he was offside, I'm not sure. But whatever, we managed to get away with one a little bit there. They have started off pretty well in terms of their shots created, West Brom. But possession stats are all in our favour. So if we can keep playing the ball and keeping it, then you would imagine that we would break them down eventually, and maybe one or two of our chances will be better quality because of the possession that we've had, just biding our time and waiting for our chance. There's a good sweeping ball from right to left. Felipe George into the box, gets it in, and Scarlett at the near post for him, hooks the ball into the back of the net, and there you go, straight away. It was a really fantastic ball. Omer on this right-hand side just absolutely dinks one right the way across the pitch on the diagonal. Felipe George catches that one with no major problems and holds on to the ball at the byline just enough to allow Scarlett to get at the near post. Puts the ball in there, and Scarlett hooks it home for a 1-0 win. We get another chance. Felipe puts it back to Vieira at the top of the box. He has a really good shot at goal, but doesn't really challenge the goalkeeper enough. And West Brom come back at us. Long goal kick. We almost had a chance for an interception there. We don't quite make it. West Brom continue to move forward into the box. There's a block on the edge of the box for us, which is great. And we boot it clear, but that goes straight back to West Brom, and they come back again at us. And they cross into the near post, and that's a brilliant save by Bursic at the near post. He got enough on it to parry the ball into the 6-yard box, and the defender hooks it away. Again, we are letting some chances come at us. They are having a fair amount of joy to get those shots away, so we do have to be a bit careful of that. But Bursic in goal is playing brilliantly well at the moment. And here is another opportunity for us to build up our own attack. Mendes down the right-hand side puts it more centrally. Lucelio into Vieira, and he should have, probably have put the ball in the back of the net, but he didn't. He swept it just narrowly wide as the goalkeeper came down and closed the space, came out and closed the space, and just left in that little bit of a gap. Couldn't quite find the corner of the goal, unfortunately. We go in at 1-0 at half-time. Not bad. We've had lots of good possession. We've had a few chances. We've conceded a few chances. But overall, I'm happy. So let's go a little bit more subdued than outstretched arms. We'll go hands in pockets and we'll say things are going well, capable of even more. And I think that's fair, to be honest. So let's go into the shouts and ask them to do it. Demand more from them and just see whether we can get out in this second half and continue to play the ball around well. Our pass completion is strong, which is really positive. Can we get the second goal just to give us a little bit of a clear run at getting this result? We shall see. First 15 minutes of the second half comes and goes, and it's a little bit quiet. We've had one chance there, excuse me, but nothing really to write home about. The XG ratings are not particularly high, and that speaks volumes about the type of chances that we've been creating. We've literally just gone above the 1 XG for the amount of chances that we've had. So it needs a little bit more quality in front of goal in terms of finding the right opportunity for our goal scorers, really. So we'll go and see if we can change a few personnel up. Excuse me. Omer, who swept that long ball across the field, remember, for the first goal, has picked up a little bit of an injury, a little bit of a foot injury. So we are going to take him out of the firing line. We don't need to keep these kind of guys in. If they've picked up knocks, we get them out of the team as quick as we can. We've got a couple of people that are looking slightly tired compared to others. I mean, Lucelio, for example, in the holding midfield role, and I think we will change him. He's playing brilliantly well, but I just need that extra energy, I think, for the last 15 minutes or so. So Kamara comes in for him. And then we've got a slightly underperforming Mendes at right back and also at Vieira at the attacking midfield role. And I think because we're only one up, we're going to change the attacking midfield role. Melesio comes in for Vieira and plays that slightly different type of role. He'll play a more shadow striker role now that he's into the side rather than a more creative role that Vieira plays. And hopefully that might just give us a little bit more impetus to get another person in the box for the couple of chances that we might be able to create in the last 15 minutes or so. But time has gone really quickly. 10 minutes of that has gone already. Hardly a chance created. Here is an opportunity, though, off the corner kick. And it went through the 6-yard box, and there's a foul in there. Have we been given a penalty? It looks like we might have. Penalty is being reviewed, and it is awarded. There was a shove in the middle of the box. Perfect opportunity with a couple of minutes to go to put us 2-0 up. Scarlett does so very comfortably. Goalkeeper went the wrong way, puts it in the bottom left-hand corner. And with a couple of minutes to go, we get that second goal. So the pressure came from that corner kick coming in and the defender making a bit of a silly error, really. And we managed to get our second goal, which should see us win the points, although we've still got 4 minutes of injury time to play and West Brom are on the attack. That was an okay opportunity for them. They didn't really make the most of it. Our goalkeeper just fumbled his lines a little bit, but we got away with another one. And we win the ball and we come back on our own attacking momentum and we hold on to it just about. We almost lost it, but we get the ball in and then there's a ricochet, I think, potentially off a defender to go over the top. It might not have been. What happened there? So Omabama Deli fouls the opposition striker, but outside of the box, and they get a chance from it. It was just about, again, cleared from our lines. We are struggling a little bit today. West Brom have created a lot of good opportunities that they haven't really quite made the most of. But we do get the win in the end. The full-time whistle goes. We win 2-0. Scarlett gets both the goals from open play in the first half and from the penalty spot very late on. He plays well, supported very, very well by this group of 5 or 6 players at the back here, really. That's how we managed to win the game. A very good defensive display in terms of just keeping the ball out of the back of the net at any cost. And the goalkeeper shows that by getting an 8.1 average rating. He did a lot in that first half specifically to keep the ball out the back of the net. So we can go into the dressing room, outstretched arms, very nice victory, well done. And today it was. We got a 2-goal lead, we held on to it, and we took 3 very valuable points to keep us moving forward in that top half of the table. So, just a couple of things to wrap up before we go and check out what the opponent will be for our next episode. First off, Omer, our right-sided midfielder who picked up a bit of a knock, if you remember, during that game. He's only going to be out for a couple of days. So that's not too bad at all. In terms of what it's done for us in the league, it's boosted us up. It's boosted us up a place, which is fantastic. 8th up to 7th. Now, the likes of Leicester, Chelsea, West Ham, Everton behind us have all got a game in hand at the moment. But even so, we're just sitting in those European spots just for now. And the great thing is that having played 25 matches alongside a few others above us, we are actually quite close to a couple of teams above us as well. We're on 41 points. Leeds and Newcastle on 42. Aston Villa on 46. Man City on 48. So you can see we are in contention with that group of teams as well as the group of 3 or 4 teams below us as well. So there's a long way to go. We've still got 13 matches for us to play for the rest of this season in the Premier League. Lots can change in it. But just at the moment, that top 10 finish does look as though it might be on, and that's pretty spectacular. I will happily take that. So let's jump back into the schedule. Look at our continued good run of form, which is fantastic. And I do believe that these next few games are reasonably decent for us to potentially continue that trend. So next up for us in the cup competition, we've got Brighton. And we're actually going to come back and play Brighton in the next episode. But it will be the Premier League match against them at the end of March. So we're probably going to speed through this season quite a bit, really, from this point on. I'm not sure how far we're going to go in the FA Cup. It's not a priority for me. But we'll play Brighton at the end of March, and we might just then jump and come back at the end of the season with Newcastle game and see how that leaves us for this particular season. But at the moment, top 10 finish is definitely on. So come back and join me next episode for the game against Brighton in the Premier League. I'll catch you up on all the other games that have happened between those, that match and the one that we just played. But until then, thank you for joining me today. I really appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already and join my United City community. The more the merrier. Click that like button on this particular episode. That will help me get seen by more people. Until next time, take care of yourselves. I'll see you very soon. Bye for now.